5. Oh my god, I have so many emails. Oh, okay. Nothing important. Oh. Ugh. I don't even think I'm gonna play. Let me see. Let's see what we got. Oh boy. 2 purples. Classic and classic. No, fuck. You know, that ain't too bad. I'll take it. It's so weird receiving these through a loot box. I'm never gonna wear these, but cool to have. Kind of feel bad to those who fucking paid for this shit. What was it, like $5 per skin or something back then? What's this? Emergency maintenance. What happens if I click on it? Wow, they even have a little notice board. That's cool. What is this? So there's no point in playing if you're doing the event thing, because I don't think they're gonna allow you to redeem it from the looks of it. Yeah, I hardly play Overwatch or anything really. You know, been grinding a lot in life. It's really kicks ya. It's not a new thing necessarily, but it's heavy for sure. Just 'cause I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. I sound like human saying that when I know I'm at the ripe age of 25. But my soul feels old, at least, I guess. I get really tired pretty easily. But right now I've just been like exhausted with a lot of things. And I'm trying to take it a step at a time. Got an interview a couple of days ago, and I aced it. I mean, at least I believe I fucking crushed that shit. It was so scary. It was like one of my first professional in-person interviews, and it was something exciting, to say the least. But I was scared shitless, but I was not afraid, to be honest. And I don't know if that cost me the possibility of getting the job, but I don't think so. They're gonna send me paperwork for my background check, and I've been told that apparently that's like yeah, we're definitely gonna hire you type of like movement. So here's hoping that's really what that means. I hate this fucking look of things, kitty cat. But God, no. I mean, it's exciting. I'm excited, but I'm also scared shitless, cause I don't know. I'm not good at a lot of things. Kind of. I don't know if that's even true. I'm okay at a bunch of things. It's just more of Kid meow meow. Oh yeah, you have no idea how happy I was when I saw this fucking announcement. Uh, Had me fucking crying. Not literally, but just when I saw the trailer for it, I could not help myself but to like laugh a lot. Like the hardest I've laughed in a good while. Specifically when you can just fucking do this shit and just, yoink and then fuck you. Like, it's great. It makes me happy. 7 long years just for this fucking thing to come out. And my favorite thing is definitely the taunt. But I hate the new voice line shit. God, I wonder what kind of emotes she'll get. I think the little kitty cat meow meow is a fucking girl, right? Name something with a K. I don't remember too well. But love this little fucking furball. But no, I mean a lot of things have been happening. And, normally I don't really stream often anymore because I don't really have much of a purpose to. I usually just do it to distract myself or to yap because I don't really got many to, like, listen to me yap. Yeah, that's fine. It's more of just, like, sometimes I need to just speak without feeling crazy for speaking out loud, and this kind of, like, gives me some justification where it doesn't make me feel like I'm fucking, like I belong in the loony bin. But nonetheless, that interview was fucking terrifying. Just because I'm so used to the idea that I would like what I've been doing this entire time. Someone just telling me, like, you're good at this? And I'm like, no, but I'll learn. Like, great, go for it. I'm like, okay. And so, it feels nice. I don't know, it feels like I got some good sense of direction this time around, and it's great. In terms of, like, the job department of things. But I won't lie that I don't feel nervous as fuck about it. Solely because, I don't know. It's in an area where it's a more controlled environment than I'm used to, and I don't know, it's a lot. it's not a lot, but it'll be for the pickup department, hopefully, if not overnight remodeling, one of the two. And I haven't gotten a definite answer as to which one it's gonna be, because they apparently both managers want to, like, hash it out and see who can, or see who I'm more qualified to be around. But who knows? But it's a interesting experience, to say the least, because I went in there pretty tense as it is. I had some, like, family bullshit going on, and I had to fucking hash it out with my mom in the car and at the Walmart parking lot for going in, so that was already kind of, like, draining me. I think I was running on 4 hours of sleep, which is not a good look on me, but I can manage with 2 if I wanted to, so I wasn't too worried about that, but it was still, like, lingering in my head. And no, went in there, they took me to the back rooms, the not the bad ones, thankfully, but and they just asked me to wait for a little bit until the manager who had called me, which was for the pickup department, which apparently I've heard that she's not too friendly, but I don't really fucking care. I'm vibing. And no, interview process was as you'd expect. Just oh my god, I was so embarrassed because she's like, oh, hi Art, I'm Sonia, and I'm like, hi, I'm Art, and I was like, son of a bitch. That was so embarrassing, but she got a good chuckle out of it, thankfully. She's like, yeah, no, it's okay, and I'm like, already making great impressions. But from there, she was just asking me, well, tell me about yourself. And I'm like, I'm a pretty determined person at the end of the day. Or sorry, I didn't say at the end of the day. I mean, it sounds like I'm closing off the sentence immediately after that. It's like my only trait. But I told her, I'm pretty handy at things. I guess in this reality of things, I'm a typical man in terms of, like, being a fixer-upper, in terms of household stuff, and I like building things, taking them apart. I love challenges to begin with. Some of my favorite things to do are in the genre of puzzles, because I like the challenge. No matter how much of a headache it can give me if I don't understand it, I do not like leaving without understanding what's in front of me. And although it may break my head, I know how to manage, and I'm pretty proud of my work at the end of the day. And if it ain't up to someone's expectation, then I'll try my best to make it, especially in a work environment. And she's like, okay, yeah, no, I like that. That's really good, especially with what department I called you in for. And I'm like, and I asked her like, oh, by any chance, what departments were available that you guys I'm getting this interview for? And she told me it was remodeling, and she was a manager of pickup, and she's like, I'm mainly interested in picking you up, but this is like your first job, and I had to say yes. I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, well, do you have any experience in anything? Like, are you techie? And I was like, oh, yeah, I understand computers and just, how to use the internet fairly well. As much as the next person, at least. And, yeah, no, I love to learn. Even if I don't get a certain thing, I love to ask questions and figure it out. So, there's no problem in that area. And then she was like, you mentioned that you were pretty handy with stuff. Like, how do you mean? And I was like, I fix things, whether it be around my house, or I used to fix consoles for my friends back in the day and earned like a couple of bucks or two while I was in high school. I learned how to code my phone a little bit more after I started kind of falling apart because I had an outdated phone and wasn't getting updates anymore. And I bought parts for it to replace the things. I even like mix parts from other old phones that I had just to make it work, because at the time I wasn't in the best financial state of my life and I needed to make things work, and so I wanted to make sure I could do it, overcoming any obstacle that got in my way. And she was like, I love that. Yeah, no, like I get that completely. And she told me stories about like how she would work with her dad a lot and do the same thing, and she was always so fascinated when it came to like fixing up cars and whatnot. And she always wanted to take things apart to kind of figure out how they worked. And I told her I'm exactly the same, man, without a doubt. It's an interesting concept of things, and I love it. And she's great. Oh, who recommended you this job? And she's like, my mom. She works here night shift, so I figured I'd give it a shot myself. And she's like, okay, yeah. She's like, who's your mom? I told her, and I think she knows her, but I don't know. But, excuse me. But from there, it was pretty plain and simple. We were just relaxed, and she was just asking me more personality-based questions. And she's like, well, would you be able to overcome these things and whatnot? Because my department, I expect people to be on time, because things are usually ran by a timer, and I want the best out of you. You're not only dealing with being in here in the cozy cold, you're going to be out there when it rains, you're going to be out there when, it's foggy and misty and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, that's no problem. I have no issue with any of that. And at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, in terms of anything that's tech savvy wise, which I believe is probably not going to be too much of a difficulty for me, that I can definitely overcome it pretty quickly. I'm a fast learner at the end of the day. And she's like, okay, great. But then she kept mentioning things to kind of like intimidate me out of the job, from at least what I was picking up. And she was just telling me, well, I push my employees to do this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, huh. Like in my head, I was just like, if this is intimidation tactic, I get it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be honest with her. And so I told her the truth. And I'm like, I won't lie. Like, if this is like, to sound intimidating and whatnot, it is. I won't lie to you. It's got me a little stressed and anxious. And I won't lie. I'm sure the job itself is going to be like that to an extent. But I love that. I'm more excited than I am terrified, and I would still love to give it a shot. Solely because, as I mentioned before, I'm always up for a challenge. And I always try to make sure stubbornness does not get the best of me, and just try to do my work the best I can and leave emotion out of it. And she's like, okay, yeah. And after that, she started like expressing how much she appreciated like the honesty and stuff. Like, yep. And she just like, okay, well, I'm really glad that I was able to meet you. Is this your email? And I was like, yes, ma'am. She's like, okay, great. Just keep an eye out. You're going to be getting an email for a background check here soon. And I was like, oh, shit. What? I was like, yeah, no, it's perfect. And she's like, well, one more thing, what's your availability? And I was like, oh, just anytime. I think she's like, you have a preference? And I was like, I wanted to say mornings, but I didn't. But either way, she had mentioned that the position was for mornings regardless, so whatever. And she's like, great, no, we'll send you an email to get your background check steady and going, and we'll go from there. I was like, that's perfect. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to interview me. Thank you. No problem. And I was like, fuck yeah. I was walking out of the back, and I was fucking shaking. I was like, oh my god. I was already having a really rough start to my morning with all that bullshit my mom and my sister have been doing. Oldest, not the one I live with. So, oh my god, we've been fucking chatting. She's been talking to me a lot about that new show, The Heat of Rivalries, and we're gonna watch it tomorrow. Because she wanted to rewatch it with my oldest sister, but she's being kind of fucking... She's being a stinker, I guess. So I'm not too... I don't know. I don't want to cuss. Somewhat. But... No, and so... I want to watch it to kind of like get the gist of things, because I've seen a lot about it, but I don't know a damn thing. But I'm interested in learning. But yeah, no, I mean that was it. As for like an update on everything, I mean the last time I streamed, nothing's really changed too much in terms of feelings and stuff like that. You know, I'm currently still like, well, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about my dad half the time, and just so on and so forth. You know, just because, I mean, kind of wish, you know, well, not kind of, I wish he was here so he could see me doing all these things, and I feel like he'd be pretty impressed with the way I'm talking and the way I choose my words and whatnot, because Dad was like that. As much as I shit talked him and I call him stupid because he was still pretty smart. But you can't blame me for thinking about that. I mean, that was my dad, and for, I don't know, whatever, oh my god. I don't know, I guess I guess, not to sound like Hanzo Overwatch from the hit game Overwatch TM, no longer Overwatch 2. I kinda just, kinda wish I knew he was proud of me, but I'd like to believe he is. I've, made it a long way, and it's been a tiring road. I am, like, exhausted out of my mind as to why I'm doing this library catalog thing. I don't know, therapeutic, whatever. Just want to yap and say stuff and talk about it somehow. But no, yeah, no, it's great. I mean, you know, it's great. I really don't know how to further say anything, because to a degree, obviously I'm tired, and I'm not feeling the bestest, but I am happy for the way things are progressing, but I'm still in the same, like, I don't know, I'm not good at grieving. I mean, I've never been good at it. I just never really talk about it with anybody. And, no, yeah. I even went to grief counseling for a bit, and everything just felt staticky, and it's just, I don't know what to do from there. Kind of feel bad for the people who were trying to help me, because, you know, kind of feel helpless at a certain point in time, solely because you're doing all this, and you know they're trying their best to help you, and you're not grasping the idea of things. Although you understand them, it's like in an analogy sense, to put it in like a more visual perspective, it's like fucking, I am gonna hate saying this, but say you get a fucking boo-boo and you put like some ointment to heal that shit. That's what that whole thing felt like to me, like ointment, but it wasn't close enough. Like it wasn't good enough, or maybe I'm purposely rejecting it. I don't know. Those are something for a professional to help me with, which I've been neglecting a bit. Not on purpose. I've just been like, I just want to get things on track because I am tired of being where I'm at. Like I feel like my life hasn't progressed much, and it's my fault really, because I've sometimes like ignored opportunities solely because I don't know if it's what I wanted. And the reason for that is I think it's mainly just because I've never, I don't know, I grew up with no guidance to all this. Like it was just me, and it's been me for a while. And don't get me wrong, I have support. Yeah, it's just hard at times because I kind of wish I had somebody to tell me, like, you know, it's a good thing you're doing, or this is the right direction. And although it's not needed because I can do it myself, and I guess maybe I guess right now I'm just kind of falling too much, and I'm getting tired of falling. And I have to keep getting myself up, and I see the luxury people have with family, friends, and whatnot, of having that support. And not that I don't, it's just, I think I'm just stubborn to that degree. And I need to change that. It's just really hard. And it's really hard to juggle all of that while doing that, like getting your life together, because that's a lot. I can handle it. I know how to organize my own thoughts and stresses and worries, but can you blame me if it gets tiring over time? Like, I'm not necessarily complaining either. It's just I need a break at times, and life hasn't been too keen with me having breaks, and I'm just, I don't know, I feel like fried, I guess. But I'll be okay by tomorrow. I'm not gonna be yapping here for too much solely because I gotta wake up a little freak for school in the morning, per usual. And I don't mind, obviously. But I don't think she's going. She's getting a cold, so I'm gonna try to take care of her tomorrow while watching the homosexual show with my sister. Should be interesting. I'm pretty excited about it. We haven't watched anything like that in the morning since we like moved in here after a while. And it's not, I don't know, both of us just have our own interests, and sometimes we gotta like just take our own little spaces on each side of the house, so nothing wrong, it's just more just time. We've both been pretty busy, or, you know, stressed or tired, and so I'm glad to get that opportunity again, because it's fun. Love watching stuff. I enjoy watching and listening and learning about, like, my sisters at least. These two. The other two are fucking weird right now. Or, when aren't they? But no, I mean, I love picking up on what they're interested in currently, because it makes me happy that they have a space to talk about it and, you know, express, like, what they like. As for me, I don't know, I don't really share that stuff with them because ever since I was a kid, everything I usually liked was always looked upon like weird, like Charborg, for example. I've always been given little side eyes because with this stupid silly content. Well, that and my mom gave me shit for not Charborg. It was I think Kraken, and I used to watch Markiplier. And oh my god, I watched Call of Duty content back then, but I wouldn't play it as much as you'd expect, especially the multiplayer aspect of things. It was always only zombies, because zombies is fun. Anything zombies related in a game is always catching my eye. But my mom gave me shit about it one time, and she was like, "Oh, they're being weird and aggressive, and I don't like that, so take that off." And I mean, I ignored her, obviously. Fuck that. Don't tell me what to do. And so, yeah. It was interesting. But I usually just, sorry, it wasn't interesting. I was thinking of something completely different. My brain is scattered. But, yeah, that's usually why I don't really share my likes. And in terms of anything, I do and I don't. Depends. God, I love this cat. He's so fun. I've only played like 2 games of him because everyone takes him, but anywho, now I'm just tired, I guess. It's been a long road for me, and it's just been me at times. Well, a lot of the time. And it's an interesting one. Self-discovery, learning about things, picking up, improving, and just trying my overall best to become the version of me that I want. But I think I've already gotten there. I just need to tweak a couple of things, really. Because, I don't know, I've thought a lot and hard about this topic. But I had come across someone asking a question on TikTok, being like, if you ever met if you ever met your younger self, how do you think the interaction would go? And he sounds like Kirby sometimes, sorry. But the question fascinated me, and I've been thinking about it for like almost a month since I saw that. And in my head, I dissected the fuck out of the question. But maybe I shouldn't have, But I was curious, and I wanted to understand it to the fullest extent I'm able to. And so I asked myself, if I really did see like the 10-year-old version of me, what would I even say? For one, I don't think I'd recognize myself as an adult. So I feel like kid me would not approach me. I'd probably be scared shitless because I don't know who the fuck this person is, Especially now that I have, my hair is cut, like buzz cut. Not buzz cut, it's just flat. My curls haven't set in because my hair's not long enough yet. I shaved the entire thing, like, I have a sticky note actually that I marked it down because I was putting pros and cons about it. It was December 28th, 2025. I just cut my hair completely flat, and yeah, I mainly did it just to kind of fix what's wrong with my hair and try to get to my scalp a lot better, because dandruff. And Candy asked me like, "You okay?" Because she told me that she thought it was like a mental thing, and I was like, "No, God, no." I told her like I think about 2% maybe was, but the rest of like the 98%. Was mainly because I've been wanting to for like ages, and I just figured it'd be a fun thing to get my mind off of things. And I told her that I feel like I look old as fuck now, and I forgot she said it ew to something that I said, but I don't remember. It was goofy though. But anywho, the whole kid thing. I don't know. That's the thing. But I remember reading into like things like people's opinions on like people changing, growing, and like their personalities and how they shift. And I remember reading this comment that was pretty lovely. I thought it was sweet. But it's like, oh, we become the versions of ourselves that like would have protected the younger versions of ourselves. And I was like, well, that wasn't verbatim what they said, but it's like kind of the initial idea, per se. And I thought it was sweet. I was like, yeah. And so going back to the initial question, I thought it was adorable because I was like, huh, I guess I really did become, to an extent, like the version of myself that would have definitely like protected me. Like the version in my mental, the person in my mentality that was always the safe space for me was me, and this is it, like who I am today. Basing things off of all the heroes I loved watching on TV. Like people who protected and loved and cared and, you know, tried their best, all in all, and would like go to extents to make sure people were safe. Like that is the person I am. That is the person I shaped. And that is the person I became. That's who I am now. And so, what I'd tell me if I was a kid, I'd ask if I was okay, you know, in my little Spanish way, because little me would have been mainly fluent in Spanish. And I'd just say, like, hey, doing okay, big guy. And knowing me, I'd probably be scared shitless, but I'd probably try to give myself a bit of reassurance, letting myself know, like, whatever happens, just know that you'll turn out fine. Promise ya. No matter how scary, and I'm sorry about how stupid we acted, it'll be okay. But no, that little comment sits with me, like I really did make the version that would have kept me safe, and now it's me, and it's such a weird concept, like how our minds work like that. It's weird, interesting, and I love it. But I'm not gonna like boast about it and be like I'm fucking amazing and, you know, I'm the savior of myself. It's not like that at all. It's just I was always afraid of changing growing up. I was afraid to change to the extent I thought I needed to be the little piece of shit I was forever, because if I changed it, it felt weird. It felt bad to change. It felt disgusting and disorienting because I felt like I had to be destined to be this loser, this pushover of a person. And it took me a while to not be like that. It was hard, and I had a lot of battles in between it all, and even now I'm still having those fights with myself, and I'm trying my best nonetheless. But it's just crazy, you know. I mean, my optimism, funny enough, comes from the heroes I used to, or I idolize now, from TV shows, comics, and people I've met along the way. From like their bravery on things that I normally scared doing, to their honesty, and like I said, their optimism, their, sense of looking at things from every angle, understanding their knowledge, and it's all things that I definitely picked up from different parts of my past, from people, fictional characters and such that helped me learn a lot, and it's crazy. Some of those people, unfortunately, aren't here anymore, and I mean, I don't think I need to explain that one. If anyone ever comes across this, or if any of my friends come across this or whatnot, you'll understand what I mean by that. Like, but I make sure the people or actor isn't forgotten. My dad, the people I've met that I didn't get to know too well, and I still kept promises for them. Some of them asked, some of them didn't, and I knew the circumstances, and they all taught me something, along with those who are still here. That's maybe why I'm such a fucking asshole when it comes to not giving up on things. I like to push because I like to try for things that I care about a lot. I like to give it my all. Even if it's, a little scary, I don't care. It makes me happy because it's me. And I think that's all that really matters at the end of the day to myself. I could give less of a shit about the perception given. I know my limits. I'm extremely self-aware. That'll never change. But yeah, no, that's oh my, he sounds like Yoshi and fucking, or she sounds like Yoshi and Kirby. But God, yeah, no, I mean, things have been strange, and I still, I guess I'll just be plain and bold, or just kind of say it. I still think about you at times. Well, not at times, like all the time. And at times I feel stupid, I guess, because I don't know if you do the same back, but I think it's probably best to assume that you probably might not. And I've accepted that ages ago. It's just more of like, I don't know. I mean, I think you can kind of predict everything someone saying the things I am would say, because I still struggle saying it. Not because of anything bad. It's just more of what if I'm wrong about a lot of things. And as much as I'm okay with accepting being wrong, it's also scary because I don't know. Maybe I guess I just don't want to look stupid. I guess I don't know. I haven't figured much of that out yet. I'm just taking it at a pace that I believe is right for me. And so, yeah, I mean, I with everything I've got going on, from the good and the bad, I miss telling you those things. And I kind of hope you miss telling me the things that you might have in mind, but you got your friends to tell about and whatnot, so I don't think it's that big of a worry for you. And I'm not trying to compare and contrast. I know that may sound that way. It's more just, I'm happy that you have that. You always wanted that from them. And it's great. But I definitely do miss telling you and hearing about your portion of things. I even miss the beep of that insulin pump. I would have thought out of everything, out of all the nostalgic noises, the smoke alarm with a higher pitch was one of the things that I miss listening to. I think it's more of just like, I just miss understanding, or it was fun understanding that. And now I carry new knowledge because of it, but it doesn't really feel useful anymore, I guess, but it's still there. I mean, you never know, maybe it will be useful again, but for the time being, it's just there. Shut the fuck up, cat. Jesus Christ. He was so angry. She was so angry at that one. Yeah, fuck you, Tracer. Kitty cat hates gays. I shouldn't say that. No, oh my god. I think that would actually get me fucking banned. I'm just kidding. It's a stupid joke. But no. And don't get me wrong, I'm aware of a lot of things. Trust me. But I still somehow just, how do you say? I still somehow just, maybe I miss somebody who isn't there anymore. I mean, obviously. I mean more of just like the possibility of even, oh shit, what? Oh, is everything just unavailable? Currently, oh, is there like emergency maintenance going on? Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just, no, it's just gonna make a bunch of noise. But I don't know, I've done my fair share of work on things, and I think I miss somebody who doesn't exist anymore. Because I'm sure at this point, a lot of things have changed for you, and you're no longer who I remember. And so that version of you obviously just ain't there. And whatever version is currently there right now is probably not great. I mean, considering a lot of things, and I don't mean to sound rude about it, it's just the reality of what I know. You know, I don't know. Putting yourself in that rut again is just, I don't understand it. But it's not for me to understand. I just hope you get out of it safely. I also just don't get why, you know? Just because, you know, some of that ruined portions of us. That person ruined a lot of you, being incapable of being you at times. And now to go back is just, I don't know, maybe you missed something that you shouldn't, and you're letting your mind play it out because you are now losing things again, and that's what's just going on. And, you know, he's definitely probably taking advantage of that again. But it's not my problem. I care for you even now, but I can't do anything. That's fine. But I thought about it fully, and I miss somebody who doesn't exist anymore. You scraped that off pretty good, and I don't know if I'd recognize you if I ever even talked to you again. And I think the weird part of everything is that I still want to talk to you, but I think you've probably built this ego wall around you now at this point that it won't happen. And that's fine if it doesn't. It's just to leave like that is just kind of, it hurts. It's been, and it wasn't fair, but you got a lot of growing to do. I do too, but I've already been through the portions you've been through. It's not my job to help you, and I think that's a reasonable thing for me to say. But yeah, I don't know. You can't blame me for it all at the end. But I just hope you're okay. That is the only thing I care about at the end of the day. Even if you resent me for however you perceived me in the end, I don't say this because I'm trying to win some good guy points in this shit. I could care less. I just understand things a lot better in terms of emotions than most people tend to. You find no peace in resenting. You find no peace in being angry all the time. But it'll come at cost that will make you sad, that will make you upset, disappointed and angry sometimes, and that's fine. It's not wrong to feel those things. It just depends on how you express them. Because you can definitely do it wrong. Lashing out, building an ego, avoiding and just letting that build up. It's not right. And I can't tell you I'm at peace, because I'm really not. I mean, hell, I'm here, aren't I? Playing Overwatch. Well, I can't even play it. I was gonna do one game while talking, but yeah, that's a good sign, probably. I haven't played much at all. I forgot the last time I played this. Well, I guess whenever the season came out, I think, and I did the weekly for this. The event. And then they were like, oh yeah, I finished this. That's what I last played. I was like 2 hours maybe, 3. 2 different days. And then I was gonna switch to Talon, and they were like bribing me with more loot boxes. Like, are you sure? We got the goodies over here. And I was like, you got me. I'm sticking on Winston Overwatch. TM. But back to the topic at hand. I can't say I'm at peace, because I'm not. Because I still think about it a lot. I still think about you a lot. But I've come to the realization that, like, if you were to approach me now, it wouldn't be the person I knew. But I would still even try, regardless. And I've asked myself why. Like, why is that feeling so prominent there? And it's because I can't hate you. I can't despise you. I won't. And I guess whoever even sees this, maybe on my fucking deathbed, it's not because I don't have reason. There's definitely reason, but there's no point in it, really. I am angry, for sure, at times about it, because it was unfair, and it sucks. And I still want to fix it, even though chances are you've probably forgotten about me now. Which stinks if that is the case, because that means those years were nothing. And I'm here dealing with this, and it's like hugging a cactus. But I don't want to hate you, because at the end of the day I cared about you. I loved you, and I wanted everything to do with you. I made all those efforts, and I don't regret a bit of it. I don't think I ever will. But if you were to approach me again, and I won't lie to you, I'm gonna be completely honest, a part of me hopes you do. That maybe you'll make some kind of approach. But logically, I don't know if you ever will. I mean, the concept of, I'm just some dude on the internet from all the way down here, I think that'll probably stick with you pretty hard, and you'll probably finally use that to gain some peace. And if that's the case, whatever helps you, I guess. Whatever makes you happy, because truthfully, that's all I wanted to achieve, was you being happy. And, yeah. There's not really much else to say from there, because I don't want to sound like a broken record. I miss you, and I wish I could tell you all of this and see your reaction again. Hear you be happy and laugh. Tell me your stories. Catch me being dumb and being shocked that I don't know about a certain thing, whether it be food, place, and make fun of you for it, because it's whatever the reason I could come up with. I miss that version of me too. But it ain't me anymore. It is and it isn't. Nothing's changed. I still got the same heart, still got the same mind. It's just a lot better. I've finally got the right, nuts and bolts for it all again, and still a bit loose, but I'm working on fixing it. Yeah, I'm trying my damnedest. I've studied, I've picked up a bunch of health books, mental health, psychology, looked it up online, therapy, grief therapy, public therapy, or the community one they have at a college back in my hometown that I attended. Talking to friends, helping the community I'm in right now. Well, I'm not in, it's just the neighborhood. When storms and stuff are coming through, and I've done a lot that when I sit down every day, I realize how tired I really am. And it's not because of any of that. But everything I said in the end still stuck true, and still is true. But I cannot support you and the actions you're taking currently. Especially because that person was the reason as to why you couldn't accept a lot of those things, and it literally scarred you, it traumatized you, and to have the knowledge that you're back at it, it's just, did we not learn the first couple of times? It makes me worried for you, but I'm not gonna attempt to reach out or say something. I just noticed it and I left. But you can't blame me. But I wish you luck on that portion of things. I think for the time being my door's gonna look closed, but you already know how to open it. It's not locked. It's not all the way shut. It's more just, I'm not paying attention to it right now. But I know the outcome of the situation. And for some reason I can feel things that I don't know, that don't make sense to me. I just hope you end up being okay at the end. And I'm not saying this in the hopes that you'll ever see this. Part of me does hopes that you never do. Because I feel like if you were to hear half the things I was saying, then you wouldn't be happy about it. And not because of, I'm not calling you immature or anything like that for those portion of things. It's more of just, I know even now that you've probably forgotten and moved on. I think you'd still care about my perspective, knowing that I'm aware. I think would still just not make you feel right. So I don't wish if you ever found this. I just know that whatever it is you're doing isn't for the reasons you're telling everybody. Because at the end of the day, you fought so hard to be free from something that kept you chained down, just for you to go back and do it all over again. To me, it just sounds like you're lonely and you want someone to look at you the way I did, and that's the closest thing you'll get. But it ain't, because now what's gonna happen is that whatever you told them about me, you'll take to fake it. You'll take to give you this false sense of security until he can fully trap you again, and it'll be the same rinse and repeat process. But there's the possibility that I'm wrong, but it's already happened so many times, and I wasn't even there for the majority of those times in your life. You can only use the excuse of your youth so much. We were in high school when it happened. We were young. Your brain develops the sensible choices by the time you're 17. For the most part. You're not fully developed till 21, but even now that you're actually, maybe you still got a couple more months to realize that. But I definitely do believe you're doing this because the only quality he portrays is humor, and if humor is really the only thing you're chasing, then leaving out of self-respect really tells me that it wasn't for self-respect at all, because this seems lacking of it. As for me, I didn't budge because of a lack of self-respect for myself. I have a lot of it. I just cared for someone who thought differently. I loved somebody so much, and I showed true feelings throughout it all. Portrayed in every action I could, and I'm happy about it. Because that part of me isn't going to change because of this. I'm going to make sure it doesn't. I like that about me. And it's a little hard for me to say, considering that I hardly like anything about me at times. Just like you, I still struggle with my own self. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I love myself. God, no. I still hate myself to an extent. Every day. I wish I were someone better. Although I'm the person that the younger me made in a way, or would have made to protect me. It's such a weird concept to say out loud. The wording seems weird and off-putting, but I'm sure you get the point. No, it's just... I'm disappointed in you. To be honest. And that's normal. I'm sure a lot of your friends are disappointed in this factor too. And can you blame them? After everything you've been through, after everything they've helped you and listened to, and you can't expect them to just turn a blind eye. And what? Is he just gonna have to fake it all the way until something finally lashes out? You've seen the situation play out in different perspectives, even your own, and I guess I thought you would have known better. But I have full faith in you, regardless. But for now, I'm just disappointed. Especially because he ruined a lot of our relationship and our friendship. All the things you were scared of, you couldn't overcome and conquer, but I was there no matter what. And I'm happy that I was able to be there. But for you to go back to it, you know, I think the weirdest thing for me is after the last time you went out and about saying slurs and shit, you acknowledged it. And you even realized how disgusting behavior that was. That's not a person who's gonna change. It's only been a year. You don't change like that. Whatever you're seeing now is definitely a facade, and it's gonna fail horribly, and all I wish is for your safety. And it ain't gonna be with me. But I don't resent you, even if you resent me. I still care about you deeply. And who knows, maybe that'll fade away over time. I doubt it. But I'll never wish you ill. Even now, like I said, I have hope for some reconciliation. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce it, so never mind. I have hope that we'll try to talk again, but considering what I'm looking at, I think I need to think about it and just try to understand it again. Either way, I spent like 20 minutes, maybe a little over, talking about a subject that doesn't really matter much anymore. I'm just stuck in it because I cared a lot. And I'm not gonna just ignore and avoid them and just try to find a reason to hate you or some bullshit. For now, I'm gonna continue just acknowledging and sorting my feelings and my thoughts out. And I won't lie, the process that I'm taking is a pretty rough road because I'm alone in this. I do have support. But when it comes to mental things, you'll never truly feel understood unless someone fully gets it, and no. Maybe I'm being stubborn. I'll discover that eventually. But for now, I'm gonna keep missing you. I'm gonna keep missing a lot of things about you, and if anyone comes comes across this, who knows and understands, or even if you do, which the possibility is 0, then I have every right to do that. I have every right to feel that. You can look at me in any way you want, how this fuels your hate, your resentment, or whatever is possibly laying there, then use it. But I will not do that. And I'm sorry. I cared about you deeply. Deeper than any level than I ever thought it would ever get to. Than we ever thought it'd ever get to. And I'm happy that I tried the way I did. It never upset me, it never tired me, and I stayed truthful to that. Because no matter the perception you had on things, I still loved you. And I still have love for you. I just don't know what to do with that. And I'll figure that out too. But for now, I just hope for your safety. I hope that you'll be okay at the end of the day. And if I know the real you, you'll do great. But for now, do better. Trust me, what you're doing right now isn't the way to go. I know you're probably scared. Probably feel lonely too. No one sees you the way you want, and that intimacy is something you miss, so you'll go back to something familiar that gave you that to an extent. But you'll be looking for parts of me while you're doing so. And he's going to try to use those to make this facade. And I just hope that you see right through it. As for what that says about me, if I'm right on any of this, I'm right here. You know where to find me, and I know you know that. You purposely don't look because of the guilt you carry, but you need to drop that wall and face what you need to. Regardless, I've accepted a lot of the things that I'm sure your friends would probably give me shit about now. And I got no resentment towards them either. Made me sad, but I got over it. No matter what, no matter how hard and how much I dissected everything every day since after that. At the end of the day, your friends have some really good qualities. They understand, and they also have their own faults too. But that's as normal as it gets. And so, I'm sure they'll make sure you'll be okay. It's just up to you to do your part. But for now, again, one last time, I just hope you just get it together and stop doing that. Fifth time ain't gonna be different. And I'm not saying this because I'm your perfect savior, fuck no. I'm probably not what you're looking for, clearly. I think you probably just like the idea of me because I feel like you see me like a character out of a book because of everything that's built up on me. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think I ever understood your perception because of my own self, like, insecurities and bullshit that I've been working on. But regardless, I don't say any of these things to give you this perception of like, drop him because I'm better. Fuck no. Whatever I did to make you feel the way I did, and I have acknowledgement on what it is, and I know and I understand, and I'll take accountability on it without a fucking doubt. Something that he'll never be able to do, because you don't just say I'm sorry for all that he inflicted upon you. Living your life in that state of paranoia and trauma because of him. Sorry doesn't fix that. And I've been in your shoes before. Trust me. I felt stupid for sticking around for as long as I did with the person I'm thinking of. But I just hope you don't do what I did. But stay safe. I'm trying my best out here. And I have some hope of something, and maybe I'm stupid for it. Maybe I'm a fool, truthfully. But I'll figure that out. Regardless, no matter with what was said and whatnot, I'm still here. So if you ever come to that realization, feel free. For now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't really play Overwatch. I don't play much, really. Just Warframe, like, once. I just missed my Gauss Prime Fast Man. And, yeah, no. Good game. But I've already reached everything that I wanted. I already did 99 and all that ages ago. I think this was before anything. I just wanted to leave it a surprise, but no, it's 91, not 99. But the only thing I never did was Old Peace, because I think that came out after I stopped playing. But I don't think I'll open that game at all anymore. But I'm getting off topic. I just hope you don't find this late, if you ever got curious as time went by. Godspeed.